Hello my friends, we will continue our lesson. I hope you still remember what we were talking about. I just want to refresh your memory, and we were talking about the different type of colors, which is cold and warm, and we were talking about how they collaborate with each other, and I show you a few pictures to the example and inspiration for you to get the ideas how they in nature and in artist works, because artists basically try to restore the nature their pictures, but getting this on their particular way, because everybody have different kind of vision on a subject they see, and sometimes some people they can see objects a little bit more warmer, some of them might be colder. So basically the nature for everybody looks a little bit different, because basically impressionist art in their artworks, they changed the way how people start looking at their painting, and they were sort of revolutionaries, and their revolution in color create the new approach to the way how the subject on their pictures will look. Picture you probably see and you know, but I want to show you another one, just kind of set you in the right mood for our work. And this is that picture, that's the Western Embassy in London, view from Thames. Thames, it's a river which is the London surrounded, and this beautiful artwork. From the first sign when you look at that, you will see that it's actually painted in beautiful cold colors, but you can see when you look a little bit more closer on this work, you will see that it's not only consisted from the beautiful purplish and greenish emerald colors, but it's also have some warm colors, and that warm colors make that cold colors shine, and it's other way around, of course. That's what you will remember, because when we were talking about, and I'll show you some pictures, you saw, you saw how we were working through that subject, and see how that artworks are created on the balance of cold and warm colors, and that's what should present in your artworks, because then it will be easy for you to kind of deliver your story about the nature and how colors and nature collaborate, because that's what I suggest for you to do too. And what we're gonna do, we will start with our sketch, and I will show you what we're gonna do first. So this is our paper, and we will divide it, since we have the composition on one side of the picture, it's a warm composition. This is going to be the rain composition on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we're going to have the sunrise, and these two compositions will be done in a different type of colors. That one will be done in which colors? Cold, right? And another one will be done in warm colors, and that's why the subject's kind of close to that particular shades of colors, right? So we will start off, we're not gonna make any drawing on this, because this will be abstract compositions, because we just need to practice to get the ideas about our beautiful colors selection. And we're just gonna create the composition, which is one side will have cold, another one will have warm, and I will paint for you so that you can do it on your own later and practice. I will recommend you to practice and maybe do few sketches and view with the cold colors on the night time or close to the evening time, because that's you're gonna get purplish and blue colors, and then you can create something very sunny, like the sunny meadow. We did it before with the beautiful red poppies when we were talking about green and red complementary colors, but you can repeat it, but do like maybe with the sunflowers, because sunflowers will be more yellowish, so that's gonna give you some right colors for the warm palette. We will call the cold palette and warm palette. You even can use two plates if you want, or you can divide your plate when you paint or a piece of paper on two parts so that you can have cold colors and warm colors on one side and another side. So that will help you to work in the right way on your colors and do it mindful. So mindful is like when you absolutely concentrate on what you do. So okay, let's start. Stop talking, more work, less talk, right? But it's important for me to explain you so that you get the right ideas. And since we need some varieties of colors, and that's exactly what I need. I will mix with the darker pink like that. I will mix darker peachy colors, so with adding some yellow in that, and that's gonna give me, see, it's gonna give me a little bit more brighter shade, and that's what I need. I need now the brighter shade of pink. And use two, like I always suggest you for darker colors and lighter colors, two containers of the water. One will be for cold and one will be for warm colors. And if you need third, take a third one, because that's gonna help you to clear these things up, because that's what we doing today. We're kind of deciding on which color will be warm and which color will be cold. So I get with help of the prepared orange, I got this darker peachy color. So, and I will use it somewhere here. I'm doing kind of strokes, making the circles around the sun, because it's sunrise, and that's why I want to use that concentration around sun just to give and draw more attention to it. So now I'm gonna get the lighter pink, and I will mix that with that orange color, the orange peachy color, so it's gonna get a little bit different shade, just like that. And I will work with this color in the between of my layers of the orangey and light pink. So then if you close your eyes and kind of try to imagine sunrise, and ask yourself a question: what's the difference between sunset and sunrise? And I think in a certain point you can get up and see that by yourself, but trust me, it's usually sunrise lighter than sunset. Why? Because I think the sky still kind of has a lot of moisture after nighttime, and that's why all this like invisible little drops of water in the air, they color the sunrise a little bit lighter than the sunset. And sunset usually drier because the sun was in the sky all day, so it's give you more brighter and clean colors for sunset. So the sunrise, it's a little bit more, if you can say, foggy or kind of blurry. That would be the right word for that. So I will mix the lighter yellow again, and I will get white and yellow and create similar, which is I already has, but a little bit more peachy color. So because I need the connection between my sun and the surroundings of this sun, just create a kind of halo around it with my colors I'm using right now. So I'm okay with that right now, because you know that acrylic colors has tendency to dry and change a little bit of hue, like a shade of it, right? So we just leave it this way. So now I'm gonna use the kind of this color, which is not red, it's like a dark orange color, and this will help me to create with the orange color like this. I will create that brighter color, just like that. And this color will be probably the most bright color I will have, because for sunrise that's probably important to kind of stop in a particular lace of colors for the brightness them, because when you bright them too much, so that will stop being the sunrise and become a sunset. That's why we have like pretty kind of particular task today to create the sunrise, not the sunset. And I think that is still a little bit bright that I want. So, and you can kind of, with adding the right colors, you can make it a little bit less shiny. So I will use more orange and yellow for my composition now, and mix them together and get this beautiful light yellowish orange color. And I will kind of work with these colors together, so that's my brighter orange will collaborate with this one, so they kind of will dissolve in each other, and that will help us to create the right shades of color. The reason why I put the sun a little bit shifted on the left hand side, because I want to get around my sunrise some grass on the bottom, because that's gonna have the light green color, and then we will see how green can be darker and colder and can be lighter and warmer. So that's my kind of idea about the composition of what I'm painting right now. You have to have, even if it's abstract, you have to have some picture in your mind where you're leaning and what it's going to be about, because otherwise you kind of will get lost, or you overdo something and then you're not going to be happy with that. So basically the good idea just to still have a picture of what you're doing on your painting. Or if it doesn't work very well, don't be too upset about this, because it's all practice, and it's all helps you to realize what exactly the cold and warm colors do and how they collaborate. So I get a little bit of more peachy color like that, and I will come back with this color around my sunrise field here, because why not? It can be around, it can be darker, it can be a little bit warmer or more intense, but we can all cover that with the strokes of lighter or a little bit darker colors. So then I will add, I think that I will add my white in that darker peach color, which is I have here, and that creates some nice warm pink color like that, and that will be the good color for us to use. And I want you to kind of have the a little bit translucent strokes, because then the color from the bottom will kind of shine over your lighter strokes, and that helps you to get that values of your strokes, and create the 3D kind of look on your sky, which is sky. It's a sky on. If you look at the sky, you will see what I mean by saying give the extra 3D image to that picture, because a sky, it has that value, which is like kind of, it's like a layers of the cake or pie, because it's like the one, especially when you see clouds, it might be one layer, another layer, and darker until you reach the stratosphere. So that's why it's appropriate to have that a little bit translucent see-through colors. And then I will use some pink color and add my pink and orange and mix them. You have to mix very well, because then you get the very good intensity of the color. And this is my kind of basic color for my morning sunrise, because this is actually the color which is the most represent the sunset, I think. And then I will just get just a clear pink, which is I have in my container. This pink just like that. And I will use this pink because it's actually not that cold. It's when you add a little bit yellow in this, it's gonna be just slightly slightly cold, but not exactly, because you still have some yellow in it. So if you want to see, that's what I'm talking. So this warm pink color. So for our composition, so kind of help us to get these colors together. And then I let it dry, and I get some orangey color closer to the surface, because here, right here, that will be my surface of the grass. And I get the orange color with white, and that's gonna help me to kind of get a little bit different shade, which is gonna be like this. And see, it's a little bit warmer, this color, compared with that pink, so kind of bring some warmness to the sunrise condition. Just almost clean yellow color, and see how that will play for us. And just go around, kind of, I already choose that approach doing the circle kind of brush strokes, and I guess it works for now. And then I will mix that yellow with my white and get some lighter shade of yellow, like we use for sun, this one. And that's gonna be my color for horizon. So in the horizon, I will have my kind of very light yellow, and then I will mix that with my darker orange, this orange, the brighter orange, and see what I will get. It's supposed to be some warm pink, and exactly that I get here. It's a warm pink. I get a little bit of water because the colors are become dry very soon. So when I go around very slide with the light strokes around my sunny sky with the sun rising above the earth. And I will leave it like this right now. I'll just get some green colors to start working with my grass. And the reason why I leave some space for the green, because I want you to see how green color may be so light and warm, and in the other composition we will see how it can be dark. And so this is dark and cold, and that's my point right now. So we're getting very light green for our field. And this is it. This is my light green, and I will use that color for the far away grass. And I will use my horizontal strokes because that will help us to kind of show this the surface it's flat. And then I will get a little bit darker green, and I will get some yellow. Remember, get yellow with the clean brush. And my shade of this green become a little bit more intense. And so that's gonna go as the next layer. And then, just for the experiment, I will use some lighter blue, which is this kind, and I will use that lighter blue for mixing into my green. And this is what I get. It's still warm color. It's not even a darker green, which is can be cold, it's still warm. So I will use it even if it's mix of blue, a light blue color. But you know that the green actually made by that, so it's a blue and yellow, so it's nothing wrong with using the blue even if you're working on your warm colors. That's what I'm trying to show you. So it's not gonna become any darker and bluish, it still will be the green color, and that's important to understand. So that don't be afraid to use more intense color for your grass. Or it can be something else, it's not necessary can be grass, because green color, it's universal, you can use it for a lot of different things. So I will get a darker green closer to us right here, and you can see how it's become more intense, right? And I also want to use a little bit of red in that green, and that's gonna create that kind of interesting kind of browny green, and that's usually plays very well for your composition. I will use just a straight red color and mix it with the green color. And this is kind of too dark, and so what I need to, first of all, I need to wash my brush before I get some yellow, and that's what I'm gonna do. I will get more yellow on that. Basically, I will show you the whole story, how I get it, and that's very artistic color, because then when you use it, the people who look at your picture, they will know that you know the colors theory and you work with colors on professional level, because this still remind the color from everybody, remind the color from the container. The red is from container, then you mix them together and you get that kind of browny burgundy color, and then you add the yellow, and then this look how that beautiful color become looks so intense. It's like an olive color, but it's still warm green color, and I will demonstrate that to you on my work, and you will see how it's gonna look. And plans of your uh, composition, and even if it's abstract, I still kind of use the right approach for colors in each place in a particular composition where you work with them. And I use a little bit yellow to get a more lighter shade of this color, and you can see that it's become lighter, and so I'm kind of closing the gaps between my front and kind of further layer of the composition. And more red comes in that mix, the more brownish it looks. And then you get your beautiful grass here, and finishing your part. And also, it's another approach you can do when you can add some orange color in this mix, and I will show what you will get if you get some orange in this. This is what you will get. This is a still kind of greenish color. I will show you closer, and this is the color I will have, and that color helps you to get some little bit different shade of your grassy green. And then just to finish, kind of seal the deal, I come back to my green, original green color, and get whatever I have on my brush, I will mix that with this color. And my that kind of very slow cooked color from the different shades become on the end kind of light olive color, which is I can use as a kind of next layer for my grass. And I will still leave some lighter color on horizon, because that's kind of will get the flow going. So I will wash my brush and get that first color I have, the lighter green with the yellow, and I add a little bit white in that and create that far away green. No. That's my far away green, like very light. And that's gonna be the horizon. Where's my beautiful sunrise will meet the field with the flowers. And then I will kind of clean my brush, and the best you can also just use the different brush. I will take the different brush because I need like very light colors. I don't want them to become dirty of the green. So, and then I will get some highlights on my sky, and I like to do it because highlights, they kind of make things are refreshed, and especially when the colors are already dry, so you can see what's going on. I will get some yellow, light yellow, with just a slight amount of yellow, more white on it. This is it right here, and I will kind of do some halo around my sun, so just add some lights to sunrise, because the sun is just rised from the horizon and it has a lot of lights to give us, right? So it's full of energy, and we want to show that. And then I will add some pink color to my composition, composition, and that's what works for me to create the next layer for my sky. This is probably will be the next layer. And this will create that kind of extra shining, but with the little bit different shade. And then I will get a little bit darker color, just to, this is usually the dark orange and orange, so they both kind of create the lighter shade of my colors for the sky around. So not too much, just enough to show actually lights from the sun, so they create nice background for that. And then we can come back again to that yellow color, kind of working to and then I will kind of go around between the layers with that light pink. Just get that breeze, the sky breeze to my composition, so that it's all kind of colors of the sky. And that's how we're creating the sunrise composition without any cold color. But what I want to tell you, actually, in the nature, you will get up and see your a beautiful sunrise from windows, or you will go out, and this is kind of doesn't really look well, so we have to patch that part, so then it's gonna be the right color, otherwise the white will take the whole impression. So I want to show you this closer, and you can tell that this composition made without any cold colors. We didn't touch the blue, purple, or a darker green. And the reason why I say that it's abstract composition, even if you can recognize the grass and sky and the sun, because it can be like that. It's always, if you look at the sky, when it's a sunrise happening, it's always will be color colors. It will be a little bit of that emerald green in the grass. It's gonna be a little bit of blue sky from the night. So we just created something as a practical composition because we were practice. But it can be like this sometimes, but most of the time it still will be some cold colors. That's how our nature works. And then I will start the second work on the left hand side, which is going to be rain. I'm just going to wash my colors and get my palette ready for the cold colors. See you in a second. The palette is clean. We're going to start the second part of our work. And it's actually a good habit to clean up your palette sometimes, because when you work long time and you get more and more shades on your work, for your work of colors on the palette, and you get lost, and you sometimes you mix something and it doesn't work because you're either or your brush it's become dark and dirty with a lot of mixes, or your palette become dirty. So both of these parts and tools of your art project, it's nice to refresh and make them clean, because or take a different brush or just take a different plate and clean the water for your project, because sometimes the dirty colors can really ruin your work because you were working so hard and all of a sudden, oops, and you get some dirty color, which is hard to cover, because usually, unfortunately, since Murphy's law, that color becomes so dark that it's hard to cover that. And when you're covering that, it's become even dirtier because it's kind of can get all these layers of the dirty colors together. So that's enough. We will be more productive and careful. And now we start with the nice and cold colors for our rain. First of all, when we think about rain, just close your eyes and just get that picture in front of you. I don't need to even close my eyes because I have the rain behind my windows, so it's easy. So usually you can see in my window here right now, it's kind of grayish colors, and we were working before on overcast days, so you know how to get grayish colors. But today we're gonna add more, since it's abstract, we can do it. We're gonna add more just the blue and purple colors in that, so that it will help us to accomplish our task today. So I will start with white. I usually start with lighter colors because it's easy to keep them clean. So with the white, I will add some blue, the lighter blue first, and create that light blue color for my rain. And I will start somewhere in the middle because that's where we still can have a blue sky probably for the rain. And then I will, that's enough, I will use the darker blue in it, and I just put it in my light blue, the darker blue, and you will see that you get another shade of blue. Basically it's the colors of your blue sky, which is we've done a few times. You already know that's the cold colors. And then we're gonna mix these colors with the purple, and I will get the really purple in from my container and create that nice lavender color. Now I will show you in a second. I just want to mix it well, so that's become actually lavender. So this is the lavender color, and I will use my lavender color a little bit higher than that blue. So if you can see, I have it here. So, and then I will add some white in there. And it's become lighter, even lighter, just like that. And I will go with this color for a while. Created this interesting corner over here, almost looks like a cloud. with the sky. And then be careful with the black color, because if you take it, it's usually really intense. So I will get it on the side. So what I do, I put it on the side like a little dot. And then I will mix it with my lavender and blue. And you will see what happens in a second. So this is my color. It's hardly look like gray, because it has more blue and white in it. So, and I will use it somewhere over here. And then I will add some white. Before you do it, wash your brush and get the clean white color on the side. And that's the trick, because your brush somewhere between the hairs still has a little bit of gray. So with that clean white, you will still have like a very light gray color, right? So that's what will help you to create the nice kind of cloudy color. See, that's the difference. So it's kind of like not even the color, because it was just the leftovers, but it still created the color somehow, right? So because this is what gray color is, it's actually mix of a lot of different colors. So then I can use my pink color, and we'll show you what gonna happen if you get the white and pink together, and they create that kind of more light lavender, just like that. And we're gonna use that color for our sky too. See, this is slightly different. And then I will use my red color and mix it with the dark. See what I got? I got a darker purple, like some almost a violet color, in kind of color of lilacs. Sometimes I like lilacs. I use that color when I paint them, and so that will create that dark cloud. So, and then I have something to work with. So I will get some blue in this, the lighter blue. And create this color. Just like that. This is kind of not that dark blue, but it has something gray in it, because we mixed that with that mix we had before for this part of the work. And this is it. And I think that I can use a little bit of white, but need to get the clean brush for that. I will just use another brush to save time to put my white on the palette with this brush. And then I will mix what I have on the brush with this white. And get some new color, which is gonna be this color. And I use it somewhere over here on the bottom. And then what I'm gonna do, I will use some just a clean red color with a little bit of dark blue, but I put more red in that mix. And then I will use, with the clean brush, I will use some white. Just put it next to your color so that you can just use a little bit. Just like that, and mix it together very well. And you can use that color. Okay. That's my color. I think that's a lot of purple already. Good enough. So I will work with blue more, just to create more blue shades from darker blue. This is gonna be my darker blue right here, so I'm kind of use it here to connect this two color grayish and lavender color. And then I will add some, with the clean brush, I will add some pink in that. That's the rainbow over and showing us the blue sky a little bit. Somewhere over here. Because we need to use the blue. It's one of the cold colors. That's why I won't use it, because that's appropriate, right? It's not yellow. So, and just add a little bit of value of that part we had before here. So we'll kind of get more extended blue right here, kind of almost dissolving this with the purple. And I will do the nice connection with that darker. And I think that we can just get a little bit of lavender in that and create another shade of color which just will be appropriate somewhere here too. That's almost grayish kind of color. Great color for the rain, it's perfect. Then it might be some, I guess here, just to support the side of the sky. We can get some color right here. And then I think that I will get a lighter pink color right now. Very light pink. Because I want to prove myself that the pink is a cold color, so then I want to represent this pink color, the cold colors of the rain sky, right? So I'm gonna get that pink somewhere here, and I will add some pink in the other spot. Maybe somewhere here, but I want this color to be lighter, so I'll get some more white in it. Not warmer, but lighter, because white is a neutral color, so it doesn't make color warmer or colder. I forgot to say that. And same thing about black. Black can be, the gray can be warm, and black can be cold. We're not making the warm gray because we did it before in overcast day, but today we're just using the cold side of the gray color. That's my pink, the cold pink color. This almost looks like a carpet. Some oriental carpet with all this interesting creation of cold shades and hues of this dark and some of them light colors. So, and then I will let it dry, and I will use the green, dark green and gray to create the kind of a wet concrete. So that's what we're gonna do now. So I will use my black and green, and you will see what kind of green color can be. So this is the green with black. And what's interesting, there is a kind of collaboration of black and green give you the cold green, but it can be warm too. So if you add a little bit yellow on that, it's become warmer. So the colors, that's a pure magic. So it's all about what you do with your colors, and they can be anything. So now we add the darker blue in this, and we will see how that green become emerald color. Emerald color, it's a bluish green, just like that. And this is what we're going to use right now. Try to have some support for your floor from brushes falling down, like my brush fell, and I have the special coverage for underneath my working area, so that's my floor not gonna get hurt by that. And you don't want the carpet to get falling brushes on it, so it's hard to clean. So now I'm gonna clean my brush and get the some white in my color of that emerald green, and that's what created the lighter version of kind of blue and green color, which is I'm gonna use for farther away spots. This creating kind of more intense darker purple, I guess, darker than we have on our sky, and that's appropriate because we are working on something more substantial right now, and not the sky. That's why we can use the darker shade. So I will get some black and mix it with my dark blue. That will give us some darker shade of this kind of dull, a little bit blue, but it's all good for us because that's what we need. We need the darker color because it's on some concrete, the wet asphalt, or some maybe some grass over there, and here it's more kind of wet road maybe, or some pedestrian part. I will add some red in there. To some lighter shades. They're still dark because it has the black, but you can see that it's gives some translucence to the color, and I will use some green color in that. So the gray was blue and with green, we'll create that lighter green, which is we already have kind of, just to kind of fill the gaps between. And I think that's the purple and the emerald green, they really works together nicely to create that deep cold colors. And then I will add some dark blue and give us that cold accent here, I think, right? So you can see that I just want to kind of fix a little bit my empty spots, you know, I like that. So let's give us the good professional look of our work. I will put some green in my mix of gray and blue, and add some white in there. I'm just gonna create that light green for me, so just for some empty spots here. And then I will separately create with the clean brush some pink, because for some reason my palette doesn't let me have it, because my, so I'm just having the clean pink color for some of my sky spots, just to add some lighter accent to some spots, because I think that my sky kind of a little bit too dark. But it can be like that. The rains and the overcast condition can be always different, so it hasn't been any time. I will use some bluish pinkish kind of color right here on horizon, because again emerald color and pink, they are really good with each other. Create a nice color collaboration. And again some light blue, just for support these colors. And then some light lavender, I think. That will give us some breathable color for our work. I think breathable is good for the sky. And then I will create some light gray, just separately, without any mixes, or just a clean gray color. So my last mission now is just get some lighter colors and blend them together. So get some more airy, dynamic foil composition. A little bit of purple will work here too. And that's what we get here. So nice. Nice colors together. And then a little bit of green with blue, darker blue, just to fix some areas here too. I think that I can do with the darker blue, I can do some like a light forest again over there, some just very abstract. With a little bit of purple involved in the it's gonna give the nice breathable horizon there. I still kind of the realistic artist, and I like works to kind of mean something, you know, just stop and don't just gonna do it. So basically the last thing I want to talk to you about, it's gonna be seriously, even my palette looks like a kind of cold lake at the winter or something like that. So I will show you the work and talk a little bit about contrasts which is we get. So basically our idea was today to create two pictures, one from the warm colors and another one from cold colors. And I think that we finished our compositions and accomplished our task by using this warm and cold colors, and I think that you guys gonna have fun to do it, and leave it as your practical materials for the future reference, because this was always a work for you and help you to determine which colors will be the dark colors and which colors will be warm, which one will be cold, and how they all collaborate with each other. You even can see and kind of compare with these two artworks what actually warm colors do to you, and how they work together. Because if you, for instance, will close one of the side of this work, I will do that with my uh, album. So this is the warm colors, and this is the cold colors. But if you notice, when they're together, they kind of make each other more beautiful and light up each other. So that's how the warm and cold colors do. So that's what they do to each other. That's why usually in our artworks we use both. We use warm and we use cold, and very rarely you will do the colors only one on another group, but it's still doable, and some composition will require that. And for your future references, you always can look at more artworks, Google them, or in your albums. Sometimes it's a good sources to go to some antique stores or secondhand stores, and you can find there maybe albums of artists. I recommend you to have few, just maybe your favorite ones, and sometimes you can find really really interesting books there, or in art magazines. You can sign up for the art magazine, which is you will receive every month, and you will see a lot of different artworks. So it's very crucial when you work as an artist to see more art. So that's how you learn. It's not only when you take lessons and practice, but it's also to be exposed to a lot of different art schools and art techniques. So try to be more open to that, and then it will significantly improve your skills. Look at the art programs and on public TV, or just join some groups on Facebook. We will show you some artworks. I have my Art Life Facebook page, which is I usually repost some beautiful historical about art articles or beautiful pictures. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for playing with me, and see you later on my lessons, or send me your pictures and we can discuss what you did good and what you accomplished. Thank you. See you next time.